Hello, viewers. Welcome to this show. My name is Apostle Helen Document. Today, we want to review FGM aftercare and the campaign activities. We just want to have a sincere look to this FGM thing and know some of the aftercare treatments that are available for the victims. So our focus is just to have that review. So we want to underscore some of the important issues that have been earlier mentioned in this show about access to aftercare for FGM victims. Also, we will be evaluating the impact of the campaign, which are currently ongoing with the aim of proffering um, recommendations for greater impact. So we encourage you to watch us and as well join us in this discussion by giving us a call on the studio line, which is 020 337 4160, or you can send your message by WhatsApp to our WhatsApp number, which is 06 26046 432. And or you can join live by watching on Facebook or YouTube. So we have special guests today, Dr. Mache Goswald, who is a forensic doctor and working with Gegidi. Dr. Mache, welcome to Magis TV.
Thank you so much.
It's a privilege having you again.
Yes.
Thank you for making time to be here.
You're welcome. Good
Even,
to be here.
even though I know you would have liked to be watching football.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I just watched the Tour de France.
All right. So, and our other guest is online, and we will be capturing her. She is somebody popularly called a musician, popularly called Sister Fa, an FGM activist from Sierra Leone, but she's based in Berlin. Sister, she's based in Berlin, Germany, but she is from Senegal, right? So, Sister Fatu Diata, welcome to Majesty TV. Sister Fatu. Sister Fatu.
Thanks a lot for the invitation. It is my pleasure.
Aha, right.
Yes, I can.
Yes, speak. Speak, Sister Fatu.
Yes, I was just saying thanks a lot for the invitation. I am actually in Senegal, and it's a big pleasure for me to take part of this interview today.
Okay, well, we hope you can hear us clearly. And then,
I hope so.
yes, thank you so much. Okay, without wasting much time, let's just for the first question. We would like each of you to tell us your activities um, and your connection with FGM and why is it important. How far have you been connected with FGM? Tell us what you've been doing regarding to this topic, female genital mutilation.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So I work for the public health services in the city of Amsterdam, which is called the GGD Amsterdam. And we've got special services for people with who have been circumcised or victims of FGM,
Yeah.
and that have complaints.
Yeah.
Speak a bit more. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Speak louder.
And I think it's a very important topic. It's of course it's quite difficult to reach the people that have been circumcised, and we are trying everything to get the right care to the people because they need support.
Yeah.
And often it's two ways. I think the health system is not always very open and very welcoming and very easy to ask the questions
Yeah.
about FGM.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, it's also the victims of FGM, for them it's very difficult to speak out.
Really.
Yeah, because of shame, because of different culture, because of not even knowing that the complaints are part of FGM,
Mm.
and therefore there's a big barrier of. I think it's super important that we put more effort to get these people in the right place and the right care.
Wow. So you are saying that it's very difficult for them to come out and really and say that they have been genitally mutilated?
Yeah, for one, it's difficult to say they've been genitally mutilated. It's difficult to talk to somebody who's maybe a male doctor, who may be from a different culture. And second of all, maybe they've got complaints, but they are so used to being circumcised, maybe, or mutilated, that they wouldn't know that it's because of the circumcision
Yes,
that they
they are
have this
going to.
complaint. So
Oh,
there's
really?
multiple problems.
Wow. Okay. Sister Fa,
Yes.
tell us your experience.
Um, I myself, I undergo FGM, but I don't consider myself as a victim. Because where I come from, let's say 94% of the girls have been going through the FGM. Then for us, it's something quite very normal. And since 2004, I have been really very active because I have found out that this is a traditional practice that is not very good for women health. And it's putting women rights also completely down. And then since I have been working with many organizations, using my music as an activist to try to use to promote human rights. I'm also ambassador of the European Network to End FGM and also World Vision Senegal. And since the work we have been doing is like more to get the young people involved, the one that will be very soon mothers and fathers, we show them the consequences and bring them to take to save their future children. This is what we have been doing since many years in Senegal.
Hmm. Okay. The line has really been breaking, and it's a bit difficult for me to follow. But somehow, I think we will just try our best. So, if I can understand you clearly, you are an ambassador to FGM, is that?
Yes, I'm an ambassador to the European Union Network to end FGM,
And you've been
and
working.
I'm also ambassador of World Vision, and we have been working in transition in Senegal, where the prevalence is quite very high.
Oh, okay. All right. So, are you based in Senegal, or you're based in Belgium, or in
In
Berlin?
Germany, in Berlin. I'm living nearly now 17 years in Germany, but I come usually, let's say, 3 times in a year because of my project here in the south of Senegal to end FGM.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So we go to the our next question. So could you highlight some of the physical effects of FGM which require aftercare, doctor?
Yes. Um, so physically there can be, of course, lots of problems. There can be scar tissue, which is painful. For example, the nerve can be painful, so it can give a sensation which is always there. And the scar tissue can be bigger than normal, so that can have it can be actually more mutilating than just the cutting off. So it's like extra scar tissue that can form, and because of that, you can also have the urine. It's difficult to come out. So you
Yeah,
have
the
retention.
urinary. Yes.
Yeah, retention of urine, which can give problems like infections, for example. Of course, there can be menstruation problems. If there's less opening of the vagina, it's difficult for menstruation blood to come out, which can give problems. Otherwise, of course, the sexual function will be impaired. So women might have difficulty having sex or very painful sex, intercourse. I think that's the main problems that exist. And of course, when women want to have children, this can be complicated. So you see that all the complications are there. So there's a higher maternal mortality, and there's also a higher risk of children having problems at birth.
Wow. So, are people aware of some of these physical effects, and yet they are compelling their daughters to be circumcised? Parents, are they aware of some of this? Do they really know the effects that this genital mutilation normally have upon their daughters? Are they aware of it?
Practices, and there's different reasons for it to be done, and sometimes the mothers know the problems, but they're really, the whole community tells them that it's necessary, and then if you don't do it, you're ostracized, so you sort of weigh up what is more severe.
Yeah.
But maybe
Fa, Zafa,
Yeah.
you want to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to say something.
Do you know some of the physical effects of FGM?
I myself, I undergo FGM, and for sure, as a mom, I know I should say about how painful it is, and also this too. And of course, we have a kind of like a pressure from our own community. But from Africa, I think in Europe, it's not only the community. It's most of the time we African people living in Europe who think that if we don't cut our hair, go back to our country, they won't be accepted.
Okay. So because of wanting to be accepted, that's why they involve in it.
This is exactly how I see the issue. In Africa, we say, okay, if I'm not cut, I want to be part of my community. But in Europe, if you live in your corner, like for example, me living in Italy with my children, they are not cut, but they get no pressure, like it would be in Africa. Then I myself am the one who decide and say, I want my child to be in the norm of my community. And I say, if they are not cut, if I fly back to Africa, people won't accept them.
But how many people go about trying to open the private part of young girls to know whether they are caught or not? Because I think this is a mindset. Because
Yeah, I will explain
this,
how
this,
it's
this is a
working.
problem. It's a mindset. Because people
I
fly
will
from here down to Africa. So you see a young girl, let's say a girl who are in the teens, maybe 13, 14. You go and you are trying to open her up to know whether she's circumcised.
No, it's not working like this. In the village, for example, we all know each other. In each corner, we know that Black is living here, Binta, Mami, and Mai. And then we know when the time to cut the girl arrive, all girls will meet in the bush. And if one girl is not there, the whole village will know that she is not cut. This is how they know.
How do they know?
so
Yes.
For,
Yes, speak.
shall I? Yeah, I think what you said is like it's known at what age the girl needs to be circumcised, and then all of those aged girls go through the same circumcision process.
yes.
And if the one girl is not there, the whole village will know.
Oh, but if the girl is not living in the village, if the girl is living with the parents
In Amsterdam.
in diaspora, so how will she be there?
Yes, if the girl is not living there, the family of the girl herself will keep on mind that there is one member of our family who is not cut. And that pressure, me, the mom living in Amsterdam, I'm the one who get the information from my mother who stay in Senegal, me that don't forget that the girls are not cut.
Hmm.
And then when I go in vacation, it can happen that my mom herself, without my consent, take my kids and bring them to the bush to cut.
Really?
Yes, they do.
This is serious.
This is why I'm quite very happy with one law in Amsterdam. They give them a kind of like little paper where it's written how is it forbidden and so on. And if I go to Senegal, for example, I can show my friend and let them know if you ever cut my hair, I won't be able to go back where I'm working and earning money to feed you.
Does Germany also have the same paper?
No, no. This is why I like so much the model from Amsterdam. In Germany, it's the more they vote law to punish more. It's like if you do this, it's against the law and this will happen to you. But in terms of prevention, we don't have so much.
Okay. So that's a good strategy, you think?
Very good, because it won't bring a kind of like discrimination to check who is cut and who's not cut in Amsterdam. Each person flying back home can know that I have to give the information to my auntie or to my mother and let them know that for no way you should not take this girl without my consent, because I would be in trouble if I fly back with her.
Yeah.
But in this modern age, in this jet age, this 21st century, are you still saying that this thing is happening this way? Because
Yes, it's still happening this way. And even worse, my dear. We made a kind of like research in Senegal, in Germany in 2016. We found out that in the Guinean community, they don't need anyone to fly to Guinea to cut the girl. They invite one old woman to Belgium and they call each other and let the other parents know the woman is here. They fly with Ryanair for 20 euros, 30 euros. They bring the girls there in Belgium and they cut them there.
Wow.
We discovered that girls born in Berlin are cut.
Wow.
then those
In Belgium.
then those perpetrators have to be brought to the law. I think they need to jail them.
For sure, we have to handle the power and the stick. Because if you travel to a country, you have to respect the law. Even here in Senegal, December 1999, we have a law against FGM. If you perform FGM, you can go to jail.
Yeah.
But the problem is, if you don't break the taboo, let the kids who are born in Europe know that if your mom or grandfather touch this part, there's something wrong. You have to talk about it. If we still keep it as a taboo, the kids won't know what they did to their parents. Then we get more and more victims.
Wow. So, in a nutshell, Dr. Mache, you are saying that the physical effect of FGM in the victim is that they have nerve sensations,
Yeah, or
and
scar
they
tissue.
have a
Yeah.
scar tissue, something I don't know what you're calling
Scar
it,
tissue.
scar tissue. They have sexual problems, retention of urine,
Possibly.
possibly. Okay, and the menstruation doesn't flow very well, and
Possibly.
that can cause a lot of additional pain around that area,
Yeah.
or venereal diseases. Can that cause things like that?
Of course, if you have intercourse, it will be more easy to have a disease because you will more easily wound.
Yeah,
So in that sense, it's easier to get a disease from somebody else.
exactly. So, and they can have complication during childbirth.
Yes.
Right. So if it is the one of retention of urine, I think that is very dirty, because already urine smells, and then when that place you begin to have retention of urine, or you're having urine drops. I think the woman wouldn't be happy. She wouldn't be comfortable.
No, that's true.
This is terrible. So if you are out there and you are listening to this broadcast, please, we are looking for a way, effective way to bring to an end this mutilation, genital mutilation of the women. So you have heard from the doctor herself that the after effects are too much. So let's try to help the women. Let's try to help the girls who have not yet gone through this, to retain their private part the way God made it. I don't think God made mistake to give it to them. So leave their private part alone and let them be able to enjoy life just like other people. All right. Tell us
And
about
if you allow me, I would have add something very important about the medical issues of FGM. We have also, in one of the region in Senegal where we have the highest prevalence, we have a lot of women who have fistula.
What's that?
Fistula.
Fistula. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I think even if we talk about urine, it's not so negative. But the fistula is worse.
Yeah, it's true.
because
Very
these
bad.
the two canals between the anus and also the vagina is sometimes open. And then when the woman sit down, when she wake up, there's always like a mass, and it's always like smelly because the caca and the urine everything mixed up. And to repair it, it's cost 1,000 euro
Really?
in a country where people earn less than $1 a day.
Wow.
Then it is a big issue. It is a problem.
Yeah.
Wow. It's terrible. It's really terrible. May God
And that is
help us.
after childbirth. I am.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, during the pregnant, because when they cannot deliver, most of the hospital here are not quite, they don't have good equipment. Then most of the time, to make a cesarean, they don't do it. They let the woman push herself. Most of the time, the woman died, or the child died,
Oh
or
my
both of them,
goodness.
or she gave birth with fistula. This is terrible.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
terrible.
Then the women themselves should also be very outspoken. I mean, both the old and the young have to be advocating for the stoppage of this FGM. They don't need to keep
Yes.
their mouth shut. The mothers
Yes.
must arise, the young ones as well must arise, all of us must arise and do something about this. Okay, tell us some of the psychological effect of it as well.
Yeah. Well, I think you can imagine what it feels like if you always have to hide a bit those parts, because it's either, like you say, like especially when it's serious problems like the fistula she is talking about, or pain all the time.
Yeah.
It has serious psychological consequences, and often you see that it has a lot to do with self-esteem,
Exactly.
for example. So being able to be very successful in life, you need self-esteem, you need to feel confident.
Yes.
And sometimes if you have constant complaints and pain, that is very difficult. There can be it can be complicated to have relationships,
Yes, it's true.
especially when it comes to romantic relationships, of course, because you might feel ashamed of your body. We see that often as well, with the at the aftercare hour, where we see the patients. It's difficult sometimes for them to show their body and to be confident in that area, especially. Yeah, and I think it can be up to all the psychological effects possible, up to really depression and PTSS, of course, which it's a traumatic event, and people will remember it and they go over it, and it's if there's no care at all, they might get really a traumatic problem.
Yes.
Yeah, and we should not also forget about the lose of confidence in your own family. Because
for
that
sure.
day my mom did not support me. She was standing in front of me asking me do not cry.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
was asking if my mom have done something because then after I did not trust them anymore. Even my aunt, when they asked me to follow them in some place, I don't want to go anymore.
Yeah.
And I think they are responsible for this part of my body that no one asked me, and they remove it because they decided to do so.
Yeah, that's a very good
Then
point.
there is a big loss of confidence that happens also.
Yeah, it disrupts the family structure.
Really.
Yes, completely.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's so sad.
You
Yeah.
can't trust your mom anymore or your aunties because you don't know.
What they're gonna do to you next?
Totally, totally.
Yeah.
It's so, but in the African schools, are these things being taught? Because I think if we can put this in the school curriculum, then when a female child is, a girl child is growing, she will know how to begin to defend herself. So that in case they want to corner you to where you don't want to go, you can easily agitate and say, no, I don't want to do this. You know? So
Totally.
if it continues to stay under the carpet and then we treat it as a taboo, then that's why people continue to be victims. But if we bring it into the school curriculum and they put it as part of the things which has to be discussed, either in a biology class or whatever, I think every child will begin to know, all right, let's body, you get to know. Just like we study all of those science subjects, then this one as well, part of biology, you study everything about your body, and then you know it correctly and know that, okay, your body is accurate the way it is, so nobody has to tamper with it.
Yeah,
So
totally.
if we are being equipped in that way in school, then when you want to corner a baby girl to go and cut her, then she will say no. She will have the gut to say no. But when we put things under the carpet, we don't discuss issues. We don't, you know
Yes.
what I mean. We don't discuss
Yes.
issues.
And
Like
this is
African
one of the
parents are so
reasons
used to a child will be
why.
asking, "Mama, what is this?" Say, "I." "Mama, what is this?" Nose. When she touches her private part, you say, "No, don't talk about that. Tell her
Yeah.
what it is." You know, no
Yes,
side of the
this is
body
what
has to
I'm
be a
saying.
taboo.
And this is one of the reasons why our work is focused in school, because it's still not in the curriculum, as I say, it's not in the scholar program. It should be.
Yes.
It should be.
Yes,
Because
I
if
think
we
so.
vote on law in Senegal since January 1999, they open, then it's official. But until today, it is not about, and if the teacher decides himself to talk about it in the classroom, the kids can go at home and talk with the parent, and for sure, the parent can report it and say, why are you talking about this issue? It's not a part of the scholar program.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's what I think. Well, that being said, so how visible are the FGM campaigns to the communities where these issues are prevalent?
You mean the communities in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands?
In the Netherlands, also in Senegal?
Yeah, for I think the Netherlands, we have a very good program which is called the sleutelpersonen, like the key figures of the community, and they are actively being trained by FSAN, for example, and the National Department of Health is playing a part in that and subsidizing it. So in that sense, in each community, there's key figures that are trained to discuss the topic. And I think that's a very important thing that the Netherlands is doing and different from other countries.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, it's difficult still because we have this aftercare consultation hour, and we're trying to reach people and for them to come to this care.
Yes.
But we see that they often still find it difficult.
But why must they find it difficult? I think here in the Netherlands, it will be very, very easy to find people who have these problems. Like if you go to the GPs, if the GGD will liaise with all the GPs, and then liaise with all the gynecologists.
True.
So that whenever a woman goes to the clinic,
they're gonna ask the question.
They don't even ask you. If they want to examine you, once they want to check you, they will find out whether you have a cut or not.
Or if you give birth. Of course.
They will find out whether you have a cut or not. So,
but then the next step, that's the difficult part.
The next step will be they take that number, you take that patient's number and give it to GGD so that please can you contact this lady because we find out
if she allows us, that's true.
Yeah, I think that should be the best way to do, and they don't keep saying they don't have a way of reaching the people. They have every way of reaching the people, except they don't want to violate. There's a law guiding that.
Yeah, well, it's true. We went to the AMC, the gynecology department, with VAROS to talk about it and to get more interaction. And also we're working with family practitioners. So we made a routekaart voor huisartsen. You can maybe see. It's in Dutch, but that's like for GPs to know how to refer these patients and where they can go to. So for example, the key figures are here. When there's actually a threat of FGM, there's Veilig Thuis and the nazorgspreker, so the aftercare hour. So we do try to reach the huisartsen and send them this and email them. And but we know from the figures from VAROS that it's still difficult to reach the people.
Really?
And I think that has everything to do with what Fa was saying as well. It's the taboo, it's the difficulty in the communities themselves as well. So not every woman also wants to talk about it because it means so lot for their position in the community.
Well, I think we're gonna take a short break now and let's see how music can or the part music can play in helping us put a stoppage to FGM. Let's have Miss Fa, please.
Awesome.
Il paraît qu'un arbre qui tombe fait plus de bruit qu'une forêt qui pousse. Et toute révolution nécessite des sacrifices.
Sama yene, Sénégal lu taw frère. Sama yene, sunu réew ci bànneex. Sama yene, xol dootul tooy ci lu metti, kenn dootul jaay. Sama yene, Sénégal lu taw frère. Sama yene, sunu réew ci bànneex. Sama yene, xol dootul tooy ci lu metti, kenn dootul jaay. Rely, walay, basuma sañoon kenn du jooy, kenn du mar, kenn du xiif yaa. Suma sañoon, basuma manoon, kenn du jaaxle bay daw, kenn du am lu ko metti. Lii mooy sama yéene, Sénégal lu taw frère. Sama yéene, sunu réew ci bànneex. Sama yéene, xol dootul tooy ci lu metti, kenn dootul jaay. Sama yéene, Sénégal lu taw frère. Sama yéene, sunu réew ci bànneex. Sama yéene, xol dootul tooy ci lu metti, kenn dootul jaay.
dañu bàyyi yaay bàyyi gaay nag sunu réew ngir bëgg a tekki fekki ñun fi bàyyi woon yaakaar si ñun te war a tekki fecci bu mu gàcce yi seytaane ngooy te tewu bàyyi di noggatu sunu maay gëmloo ñu ni doxul neexul baaxul demul gaal seen lañu am bu ku nekk defee waree fam réew mi mën a jëm kanam ca kanam.
Sama yéene, Sénégal lu taw frère. Sama yéene, sunu réew ci bànneex. Sama yéene, xol dootul tooy ci lu metti, kenn dootul jaay. Sama yéene, Sénégal lu taw frère. Sama yéene, sunu réew ci bànneex. Sama yéene, xol dootul tooy ci lu metti, kenn dootul jaay. Sama yéene, sama yéene, yeah. Sama yéene, ñu man kaw te dégg. Sama yéene, yeah. Sama yéene.
ñun dañu juddu am sunuy bëgg-bëgg ciil ci sunuy brain te bañ a yenuy mëgg fu yaakaar ne ñu teew war a mën a bëgg ñafe doon sunu ité sunu pas-pas ñu jiital bañ a tël sunu wërsëg fas yéene wër di sëg.
Nañu jokkoo, nañu déggoo, nañu demandoo, bañ a xaajaloo. Sama yéene, Sénégal lu taw frère. Sama yéene, sunu réew ci bànneex. Sama yéene, xol dootul tooy ci lu metti, kenn dootul jaay. Sama yéene, Sénégal lu taw frère. Sama yéene, sunu réew ci bànneex. Sama yéene, xol dootul tooy ci lu metti, kenn dootul jaay.
This is
Oh, really cool.
beautiful.
Thank you.
The doctor said she's your fan now.
Yes, for sure.
Thanks so much.
Wow,
Thank you.
wow. Well, I love
Very
the way you're
impressive.
doing the thing. Wow.
Look,
So
look,
tell
I'm
us,
rapping now.
yeah. So tell us the part music can play in wiping away this FGM thing.
Yeah, the fact that we say it is still a taboo. People cannot talk about sexuality in public like this between old people and young generation. But if you put the message in like music or in arts, it's most of the time easier to talk to people than just to take a microphone and just talk easy like this with people. And then use the music is really working very well as a way of communicating.
I think you can really talk to several young ladies like you with your music.
Yeah.
When they begin to, you get the professionals like like Dr. Mache, and they're at the background, and then you come and do your music, and then they get up and then they talk
Yeah, they get
all the
it.
time.
Even with the information, they sing the information itself. And then, as I said, then the young people are happy. They sing the song, they say the carol, they say the text, and they found that there is a very strong message that if I have a child, I should protect my kids. I should not perform any kind of tradition that involves them.
Wow. This is awesome. Okay, so who are the driving forces behind the campaign? The European government, or NGOs, or the activists?
I would definitely say it's a kind of like package, you know. In the European network, for example, they got the possibility from stakeholders, people who can finance the project,
Yeah.
and then those one will support probably little NGO in Europe, and those NGOs can decide to support activists like me and other activists to be like more active in our communities. And this is a kind of like a shame, and we do it together. What I just confirm, I'm not very sure, it's like when there is more discussion than action, when there is more summit than work on the field, when there is like more meeting and spending a lot of money on meeting as organization, as like activists, we spend hotel, we spend money on, and then we see that the money is not reaching the communities to where the change need to be done.
Good point.
Exactly. Exactly.
So it can be more locally invested, you'd say.
Thanks a lot. I think if we see the investment in the summit, but it is big, huge amount.
Yes.
And we are sitting in offices and talking as things that we knew. Who will bring the information to the communities?
Yeah. For
We
sure.
always pretend that, yeah, we take decision, but should we continue to take decision for the communities? They are the first member of the chain. If they don't want to change, nobody can force them.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you. That's kind
I
of.
think we should really get them involved on like concepting projects, concepting like approach, asking them what is their feeling, how we can work together. We sit here, we organize our event, we say, okay, this is how we're going to work. We go in a country and say, this is a project against FGM, how we're going to do it. They are not doomed. African women are very intelligent. If the communication goes through, we ask them how we can work together to end this practice. They can practice it and we will feel more value in their project. Then we build a project and talk to them and then, okay, this is the solution we brought for your problem.
Yeah.
It's not working.
And are there people that are willing to build these projects in the community? You can see that in, for example, your country, Senegal?
Yes, in my country, what I have been doing, my first project, I call it Education Without Mutilation. I built my project and I call it. It was a disaster. I have been attacked.
Oh my
It
God.
was even written in the Guardian. Yes, I have been physically attacked.
Wow.
And then when I came back, I found that the communication is very important. I changed the name of my project. Education without mutilation, I call it education, art for child protection.
Right.
This is how I call my project. Art for child
Yeah.
protection. It was very beautiful and it was more respectful for communities. I sit with young people that are the community. I train them. I show them how we can use our art to promote human rights. And on Facebook, I'm seeing that are very active. They speak the local language and people trust them better than I most of the time.
That's great.
And actually, yeah, we are having like some declaration of abandonment. The young people are more involved. When we return, they do a lot of activities. They send us the photos. We adopt the newborn baby in their pledge to protect them. They accompany them for the vaccination and make sure that they won't be cut. Who can do it? Which organization can do that work if it's not the community itself?
Yeah, exactly. It's the people that are the people.
Sorry.
The local people have
Yeah.
to do it. So that
You can see that at the Maasai as well, no? There was in the Kenya Maasai people, there was one woman who started this complete campaign and got a lot of changes. But it's like you say, it's like the corporation, because they need funding and they need support and they need security.
Exactly. When she was attacked.
Wow.
You know, she was attacked. And
Yes. It can be very dangerous situation sometimes because when the right information to the woman, the men don't like it. They take me as someone who comes to show the woman how to be bad woman. They even tell me they don't want women from their community. to carry their clitoris and running behind men like me. They don't even know that I don't even have clitoris. And this is what I told them. I don't have clitoris and I'm still running behind men.
Ah,
Oh,
oh my God.
it's
Yeah,
unbelievable.
it
So,
is terrifying because when you try to give the right information to the population who need it, there is still some people who will stand against what we're doing
I
because they don't
think
see their interest on it.
I think something has to be designed for the men. If this campaign is going to really work, they have to make provision for the men. See how to get the men to become part of the campaigners.
I agree.
Yeah,
Totally, I agree. Also.
yeah. Something has to be done, and also we see how to compensate those local women as well who are seeing it as a means of making money.
Hmm.
Some
Yeah.
see it as a means of making money. So how do you compensate them when you tell them not to continue with the business?
True.
So all of those.
I think if a country vote a law and say this is forbidden, it the person have to respect it. We don't need to give them nothing for them to respect what is forbidden. For
Yeah.
example, don't kill someone. We don't need to give money to the criminal. Until it's the criminals, we have to convert them in like I don't know, medicine or something like that. We have to promote that person why we should stop.
Yeah. If
For those women, they should know about health. It's about health of their own children. We shouldn't they can die. The kids can die. They can have different complications.
yeah,
And if they understand, they stop.
yeah, the African woman must arise. The African woman must arise and know what she wants. They cannot continue to be acting like yo-yo. They have to arise and know what they want, and then they can carry a campaign, and then we can see people from here coming down there to help us and assist us. We don't need to just sit like zombies, and then we don't want this, and yet you don't want to talk because you don't want to lose your face. You don't want your husband to what sort of husband is that? You are in pain, and he wouldn't realize that you are in pain. He will be afflicting pain more and more. Are we in the time of slavery? We're not in the time of slavery. So please, in a marriage there has to be equal discussion and equal communication. So the African woman must get to the level where she stops pretending. If she doesn't want something, she should say, I don't want it. Do you understand? Nobody's gonna kill you. Nobody. And even if you are being ostracized or pushed away, it's for a while. As long as you are fighting for a good cause, you don't need to even feel it so much. So they must come out from those kind what do I call it? Pretense. You don't like something. Instead of you saying you don't like it, you pretend, and then they are dying, and the men are staying. Is that how it's supposed to be? Shouldn't be that way.
No.
So they have to come out, and then we all carry placards and then walk all over Africa and say FGM has to come to an end, and then put FGM thing in the curriculum, put it in the school curriculum. Let every woman get to know, every baby child get to know, every girl must get to know how her
Yes.
body functions. They
And
must
even
get to
baby
know.
girl,
You don't
baby
need
girl,
to
it was not a
cut
mistake
them.
from your side. Baby girls, because
Yeah.
you know what they do now? They turn their approach. Before there was organizing celebration
Yeah.
and the whole girls are now they know that we are standing against it and they are born like the boys. And they call it in French excision of berceau. It's a mean excision in the baby's bed.
Wow.
It was.
They do
Then
it
they
right
know what
after
they're doing.
they're born, I guess.
Oh, really?
Yes,
And where is
yes.
that?
This is what they do. In Senegal and also in the West African side.
Right after delivery.
Yes, they don't wait. They don't wait like big guys when they are big girls. They get them when they're small and no one knows. This was the reason why we decided to adopt the babies from the hospital, and we got the support of the hospital and our club. They adopt the babies and follow them.
Okay, let's just tackle the last question because Dr. your Marshall will be going. Tell us any recommendation for victims as far as aftercare is concerned. Are there recommendations for them?
Well, I find it difficult to recommend recommend something, but I do wish for them to be like you say, to be strong, to speak out, to feel supported, to choose their own life, and to make sure that they are looked after. And I think they have more support than maybe they sometimes think. And the first step to really come forward and to talk about it and find the right persons around you, especially in the Netherlands, where there's, like Fa was also saying, it's not, the pressure of the community is not as strong. For you to be a leader, that's what I wish for you, and that's not what I can recommend, because it's something you have to choose. But I hope for you to be that person, and also to take care of yourself in every way possible.
And to the policymakers.
The policymakers, I think, like especially exactly what Fa was saying, that they need to look at what is going on already on the ground, involve the local communities, and support what is happening, and not decide top down what needs to happen and discuss in a lot of meetings what should happen, but really focus on the possibilities and focus on the people that actually want to change something, and give them a platform, give them funding, give them help, and also look at, in that sense, I always believe in the positive attitude of looking at the people that actually want, rather than focusing a lot of negative attention on the persons that are negative and withholding and repressing everything.
Exactly. That I think too. What do you have to say before we sign up, Ms. Fa?
Yeah, I think what can be recommended, like that we should not forget that FGM is a norm. It is a social norm. If you're not hurt, then you are rooted by community. I think communities themselves stand and try to protect each other. We, the diaspora, we should also stand and try to bring the information to our communities and let them know that their health is more important than the money we are sending to them.
Yes.
Then we can try to develop a different approach with them and try to be more active that the FGM will be ended. It can be ended, and we're going to end it.
Beautiful.
Awesome. Let's have that music again as we are rounding off. So, with this music, we are going to say bye to our audience, and if they want to contact you.
Yeah, we've got the telephone number of the aftercare
Yes.
consultation hour. It's 06 82 79 95 75.
Okay. So, if they want the aftercare,
Yes.
so they have to call 0682 7995 75.
Yeah. Or for any other questions, they can call us.
Okay. All right. So, what do you have to say, honey?
Yeah, I would like to say thank you again for the invitation. I cross my two fingers, the Senegal will win.
We cross them as well.
And yeah, then we're going to celebrate. Thanks a lot, and let's see us very soon.
Okay.
Thank you.
So let's listen to Miss Fa again.
Thank
And
you.
as you listen to this music, please remember you can always invite Miss Fa for any of your event, any of your social event. Invite her. She will be there live to play this music for you and put the crowd that you want. Thank you.